Hi guys, Robbo here again and welcome back to part 2 of my building guide for Ark Survival Evolved. This is going to feature a metal base. I'm actually going to feature 2 designs here. This is my personal design for smaller tribes. I've had up to 5 tribe members in a base this size. This is actually only the lower floor. This is, when 100% completed, it can be 6 stories high. It can be slightly wider. Obviously, it's got the dino pen on the side here, which can be slightly extended. I've got 2 ways of getting up and down, which I'll show you. Sometimes I use one, sometimes I use the other. That just depends. So I'll give you a quick overview of the base. You can see you've got, first of all, we've got dino pen on the side here. Now, quite often what I'll do is I'll make this 2 wider, and I'll move the dino doors out from the safe wall, the inner wall one, so you've got a 1 space either side of the dino door. It allows you to park dinos to the side and not be parked in the entrance. Right here, this is your first room. We'll come down here. I'll just walk around and show you around. So this is generally what I have as my smithy room, my smelting room. You can see there I couldn't get 1 foundation in, so it's a ceiling, but I might cover a building tips and tricks guide at some point. This would be my smithy room, you know, furnaces, smithy, mortar and pestles, some storage. This is one of 2 ways that I design my access to the 2nd level. So you'll come through here and you've got a ladder. Now this ladder doesn't have to reach the ground for you to be able to go up it. You can just climb it as it sits there. As you can see, this also allows access to the safe, so you can put the safe in here. Now this shows my first of 2 generator location designs, which is, if you place the safe correctly, that is to one side and to the back, you can actually get in here. This is a very good, this is your safest space to log off in, because you won't fall through foundations. It's just pays to be careful, because sometimes you can accidentally end up in the vault, which has happened to me once, but I mean, more times I've ended up through foundations or falling to my death than actually, you know, ended up in the vault. So you can see you've got generator in here now. This makes it really hard to access. You can actually turn the generator around and put the door this side, but it's, you know, it's preference, it's whatever you want to do. This base is actually designed, if I'll get up here and show you again, so that your 2 key components are right in the middle of the base, and it's the hardest method of getting to them. So we've got the safe, smack bang in the middle of the base. You have to go through at least 2 walls or 3 doors to get to the safe on the ground floor, and the generator is the same. You have to go through at least 2 walls, or, well, in this case, 4 doors to get to that one. This is the way I design my bases. I always design with my safe and my generator either in the middle. My safe in the middle, always on the ground floor. You can see it's on the ground. I'm going to show you how to do that in a video. In my next video, I'll do a building tips and tricks video. I'll show you how to get a safe onto the ground without destroying it. I'll show you some tricks with generators, some tricks with wall placements, with ceiling placements, that sort of thing. But generally, I always design my base around my safe or safes. Now, it might seem a bit strange because it might look like there's not much room for expansion, but at this stage, I actually expand this way. I'll take out the dino pen. I can put 2 more safes along this wall just here and box them in and put the dino pen further out that way, and that allows my safes to still be in the middle of the base. Sometimes I won't put my generator on the bottom floor, I'll put it on the 2nd floor, but generally I put it on the bottom floor. It's just as safe there as it is anywhere. Or I'll run 2, I'll run 1 on the bottom floor and 1 on the 2nd floor. So yeah, this is generally my smithy room. This room here, this is actually my 2nd generator location idea, and also my 2nd way to get upstairs. So what I do is I'll lose this wall that's got the generator and that in it, so you've only got 1 doorway through to the vault. These walls here come out, you don't have that ladder up, so you've got a bit of an expanded smithy area, which can be handy. And you gain this area in here, you use a ramp to get upstairs, which ramps are better to get upstairs. and you put your generator in here, and you can also put beds in there. I've just put a set of bunk beds in there, but you can also put just normal beds in there. Alternatively, if you do it this way, the first way I showed you, you take out this wall, you take out the ramp, and this just becomes another storage room. Over this side of the base here, this is always my cooking room. So I will have a industrial grill, 2 or 3 fridges, and a lot of preserving bins, 7, 8 preserving bins, maybe even 16 if you double stack them. It's really up to you, depending on how much kibble taming you're going to be doing. But this is the general layout of the lower story of my base. So I'll go ahead and finish off the actual full base, all kitted out, and I'll show you the second floor design with more beds. It's actually got the fabricator is upstairs. I've got more beds, and air conditioners actually sit on top of the safe. And then I'll show you my bird pen design that goes on the top of this for Argentavis and Pteranodon. Also, I put anything that can be picked up by an Argy that is a kibble, egg that I'm going to use for kibble. So raptors, dillos, dodos, I can actually also put them up in the top story in a pen, and I can actually hatch eggs up there as well. So I'll get this finished off, and I will be back and show you the rest of it. And welcome back to the completed base. I'll take you for a quick tour, quick look around of it. So here you go, you've got the dino pen. As you can see, it's quite large. You can make it bigger. As I said, sometimes I'll make it too wide, stick the door in the middle, and it ends up being a 4 wide pen, which you can fit quite a lot of dinos in here. You'll see the hole in the wall up there, but I'll show you that in a minute. So we'll go through into this room, and this is the Smithy Room. Now, I always have a Smithy Room with access to outside. This is my main, probably most used room of the base. So you can see you've got plenty of room for storage. Furnaces there, you can double stack your furnaces. You can put the furnaces over this side and double stack them and put more in. Go through to here. Here is our safe. Now, as you can see, I haven't put the generator access from this room. This is the option I normally go with. Smithy, mortar and pestles. So downstairs again, you can see we've got the passageway. This is on the outside of the building. This is the generator and bunk room, which I showed you earlier. It's now complete, as you can see. It tucks in nicely under the stairs. You can actually also put the light for the base in here. Now, I recommend doing that because putting the light in rooms that are used often can make it very bright. Come through into here. This is the cooking room. Grill. 3 fridges, you can put more fridges in, you can put less fridges in. Preserving bins, you can put more preserving bins in, less preserving bins in. You don't even have to put any down here if you don't want to. There's plenty of room upstairs to put more things like preserving bins and fridges in. I'll quite often put a fridge upstairs as well for keeping eggs in. Go back out into here, we're back in the dino pen. So I'll go through this door, back through the Smithy Room, and we'll go upstairs and have a look. I prefer this design over having the generator here and the second doorway with the ladder up because it uses ramps. I prefer to use ramps. They bug out less than ladders do. So we go straight upstairs. Now, this is 2 rooms. The first room here we are in is the Fabricator room. As you can see, we've got the Fabricator. Now, we've also got vault access up here. This is so you can take metal straight off the smithy or anything, put it in the vault downstairs, open it, pull it out upstairs. You don't have to carry things up and down ramps all day. We've got storage. As you can see, there's plenty of room for storage or your mortar and pestles, whatever you want to put up here. Fabricator, you can also put a second generator up here, which I sometimes do. I'll put a second generator up here and run the cable up to the roof for the auto turrets. Now up in here, this is probably my favourite part of this base. This allows you to hatch dinos early. So we've got a bedroom. I put beds in here, but I've also got the air conditioners in here, and I'll show you how they're handy in here at the moment. I've got 4 hatching dinos, which I'll go into in a video at some later stage. Requires in a base to do it effectively, you use air conditioners. So this is the bird pen. This is a bit of a bonus. This is the bird pen that I put on top of all my structures. Now it's 6 wide. It doesn't work well if it's any more than 6 wide. As you can see, the ledges up the top are only 2 high. You've got a ledge down the bottom. I'll quite often put egg-laying dinos down in along here. If it's only me and a couple others in the base, we'll put birds, Argents, and Pteranodons one side, and then we can put our egg-laying dinos and things of that nature on the other side. You can see it's quite easy to get up with the ladders in each corner, straight up onto the ramp. Now, another good thing about this is when you're landing an Argent up here, and you get off the Argent, you actually go through the front of it, so you're always at the front of the ramp. Whereas if you land an Argent, I'll just show you down here on the ground. If you land it and jump off, you sometimes get stuck if you're up against walls, or you slide off the side. You never know exactly where you're going to come off. But if the ceiling's only too high above where you land, you're always going to come off in the same spot. It's quite easy to land up here. There's no real hassles. You just land, walk yourself along, walk into position. That simple. Straight out the front, and you're out. Pteranodons are the same. Generally, I put Pteranodons down the bottom because, as you can see here, the point of their head sticks up through the ceiling. If you've got them up top, people can see them. They can't attack them or anything, but it's just, I prefer to have them up, have them down the bottom like that. Now, the other room I was going to show you is down here. That's our ramp going downstairs again. This here can be used for, I've put my crops in here before. I might put in like 4 medium crop plots. I'll put in a fridge, and I'll put in fertilizer bins because I'll just walk across the top of the plots. If I don't put that bird pen on top and it's just me in a base, you can see the hole out into the dino pen here. I'll take out this wall and actually park my birds up here because they're out of the way then. And yeah, that's about it. I found it to be a very good design. It's very hard for people to get into because they're always at least 2 or 3 layers away from the base. As I said about the air conditioners, they are actually right underneath us, under the floor. So you can actually sit your eggs, your fertilized dino eggs on the floor here and hatch them, and then as they get bigger you can walk them or fly them straight out the doors. I hatch Argents, Pteranodons, pretty much everything up in here up until I get to things like Rexes. I've even hatched Rexes up in here and put down temporary ramps to get them to the ground, before they get too big in here. But Rexes will actually walk in and out of here if you've got ramps up and down. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Just a bit of a side note. Take you out and give you a bit of a fly around. As you can see, it's quite simple. It's only taking up a 6x7 area. You can shrink this to 6x6 or 6x5, which I've done in the past. Bird pens, you can actually overhang them out each end to make them longer. I wouldn't suggest making them any more than 6 wide because, as I said, it doesn't work properly. It doesn't make much difference at all. If everyone in the tribe is parking the birds correctly out of the way, all your egg dinos are parked out of the way nicely to each side, you've never got any problems. You can quite literally fly back with a bird load of materials, land here and unload straight downstairs. Sometimes I'll also put ramps up into a corner to get up here rather than a ladder, which I prefer ramps, as I said before. But yeah, that's about it. That's the tour of the metal base. I'll go over a quick design that I've been working on for a large tribe metal base. It won't be the full kitted out base, but we'll quickly go over that and give you a brief overview of why I've done certain things that I've done. So yeah, join me in a minute, I'll show you that. Welcome back, and as you can see here, this is my base design for larger tribes of maybe 5, 6, up to 10 people, maybe. It's quite large. This is 9x9. You could make it much longer if you wanted to. It is, I think, 13 high, roughly, is how high the behemoth gates are. This is the full height of a behemoth gate. As you can see, it's just a big square, but you would place plant species X off the side of this and auto turrets, same with on the roof. I'll take you in through the top and I'll give you a bit of a look around. So as you can see here, we've got a very, very large area up the top here. This is just for storing Quetzals. Like, there is no other reason for this area. This is for storing Quetzals. In a large tribe, you're probably going to have 2 to 3. You'll see the roof here is a lot higher. That's so you can store full war Quetzals up here. I'll take you down to the bottom and we'll start having a look around. And you can see here I've got a Rex in here. Now, his head's glitched through the wall. He only just fits in here. As I said, you could make this much longer if you wanted to fit him in. But his head glitching through the wall is not actually a problem, as I'll show you in a minute. So we'll start with this area. You can see both sides. We've got shelves there for storing Argies and Pteranodons. The reason I make it like this is so that you can ride your cats, wolves, carnos, everything like that, just straight in here, park them in here, they're nice and safe, put a Rex in here, it's not going to matter. First things first, in here we have fridges. Now, personally, if I'm building a base like this and I'm in this large of a tribe, I'm going to have a completely separate facility with my egg dinos in it, like all my dinos laying my eggs for my kibble, and that's also going to have grills in it and possibly a hatching facility if I don't put one in here. But this is a fridge area for storage of, you know, your eggs, obviously, cooked meat, meat jerky, that sort of thing. Right, now we'll come through this dino door right here and get into the business end of it. As you can see, it's multi-leveled through the dino door. We've got a top and bottom story. Argy, everything like that's going to fit in here quite easily for ease of unloading and stuff like that. So we go in here, we've got 2 vaults in this space, and as you can see they're behind dino doors, which is going to make it much easier. You can see the Rex's head there, his nose just glitching through the safe. That's why it doesn't matter that his head's through the wall, because it's not going to get in your way at all. We've got a safe there, we've got a safe there, same deal. You can walk your dinos, fly your dinos straight in here to unload, safe, smithy, everything. This is about ease of access and not having 5 or 6 people running in and out in each other's way all the time. So we've got access just here. Oh, I haven't actually put it in. We'll take this wall out. This is meant to be a doorway. This is to the floor this side where your Argies will be. And got the same the other side, but this actually goes up to the 2nd story. In underneath here is where the fridges are. So here we go. This is our access to our Argy area. Come around here. You've got 2 fabricators. Now, it may seem excessive, but I always like to have 2 fabricators, 2 smithies in a large tribe. As you can see, once again, fly your bird straight up into here, unload, easy. Access both safes from the top and bottom story right at your fabricator. We've got our first generator in here. That's probably going to run straight up to the auto turrets. And then up on the 2nd story, we have our 2nd generator. Here, that will run auto turrets as well and probably run straight down for the fridges, or we may take out 2 of those fridges and put another generator down there. As you can see, you've got more RG storage just here, and then we go up to the top level. We go straight up here. These are massive rooms. Like, you can fit chests in here. You could put your smithies and fabricators up here if you wanted. You're gonna have plenty of room down here to put in more chests, you know, in between the fabricators. And on the bottom story, there's going to be ample room for storage in this. You could, making it longer, you could fit more safes in. Go up to here. This is a massive room for, you know, you could even take out this wall and just store RGs in here if you wanted to. But, I mean, that's up to you. And then you come up to this, up this ramp here, and here's your Quetzal area. This whole base is about ease of access, ease of use, and not having, you know, 8, 10, even 15 people in a base and everyone in everyone's way all the time, not trying to crowd through 1 or 2, you know, single doors. Like, you know, you get 2 or 3 people that want to go in and out of a base through a single door, and it can be really annoying. Yeah, so that's it. This is a design I've been working on for a while. I've tried a few different designs. I've actually had this in practice on a official server. As of yet, the furthest anyone has got is blowing the behemoth gates off. It's actually quite a fair bit bigger than this. Up above the doors there, we have auto turrets facing downwards, and we also have plant X's, because as soon as they blow the doors, they run in, and they're trapped by plant X's and they're getting shot by auto turrets. Yeah, so this is my large tribe base design. remember to like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Leave me a comment if there's any specific videos you want me to do, or any, you know, any information you want on the design of these bases or anything like that. I'm Robbo, and thanks for watching.